This is the 25th episode of the WWJ Industry Connected podcast, a monthly podcast devoted to the groundwater industry produced by the National Groundwater Association. I'm your host, Mike Price, and today we're joined by Hayden Nielsen of Regions Bank. We discuss NGWA's Water Well Loans program for contractor members, how the market has changed in the last couple of years, why contractors need to offer financing, and more. We welcome Hayden Nielsen of Regions Bank and NGWA's Water Well Loans to the podcast. Welcome, Hayden. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. This is my first podcast with the bank and first time as the NGWA account manager being able to speak to y'all. So I'm very excited to be here today.
Well, we appreciate it. You took over for Rachel Surdin, for us back in, she was at Groundwater Week 2025, presenting to attendees on the Water Well Loans program. And you're now our relationship manager overseeing the Water Well Loans program. So tell us just a little bit about yourself, your career background, your finance background, and things.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been at the bank since July of 2020. This is a job I've absolutely loved. Some of you might know us as EnerBank USA. That's what I started off as, and Regions acquired us. So we're now Regions Home Improvement Financing officially. It's a mouthful. If you want to call us just Regions, that's perfectly fine. That's what a lot of people will know us as. I've been at the bank, like I said, almost 5.5 going on 6 years. Just a bit about me personally. I've got a wife and a child, a 2-year-old. So that's always a fun time. My wife and I, we've been married for about 5.5 years. And like most of the other employees at Regions, we're all located out here in Salt Lake City and Provo area in Utah.
Yeah. From the top, can you run down what the Water Well Loans program entails?
Yeah, this NGWA Water Wells program, we rolled this out about 2 years ago. It's something that we've been really excited about. Really, from my standpoint, it's kind of first of its class where water wells financing is really new to the industry. Home improvement financing as itself is not a new industry, but it is a very untapped industry still where, a lot of this is in HVAC or electric, plumbing, roofing. But water wells contractors in itself haven't really been utilizing financing too much other than maybe credit cards or HELOCs, things like that, but not as much personal home improvement financing offered through contractors. So this has been really, really successful in this 2 years. We have 112 contractors activated and signed up. The average loan amount, $22,000 on these average loans. We're seeing really good amount of volume come in this last 12 months. It's been very successful, I would say. We've had $4 million in approved loans, and it's been something that I believe contractors are able to grow their business, close more leads, and get a higher average project size. So from an overall standpoint, this has been something that contractors are offering to their homeowners, and I've seen absolutely tremendous success so far.
Yeah. Thank you for that snapshot of where things stand right now. And the program is a member benefit of NGWA. So check it out online under the member benefits tab there on ngwa.org. But yeah, like you said, 52% approval rate and nearly 170 approved loans thus far. So it's trucking along pretty well.
So I worked with Don Cox to launch this program about a year ago, which is actually why I'm the account manager, is because I'm the only one familiar with water wells. And it's different from anything else. It's a lot like HVAC, for example. You sign up a contractor and they're off and running because they're used to offering financing. But water wells, it's something that's so different to them. And the concept of financing is almost so foreign because they've just always had customers that pay in cash, and that's just how it's been. And it's truly not even been a need. We always say, even if they're cash paying customers, there's a need. But with water wells, it's really, there wasn't a need and they were actual finance adverse. They didn't want to. But like I mentioned, it's this last 2 to 3 years, they're coming to where it's not only a need, but a want. And it's been fantastic being able to speak to these contractors. Like I said, they're very down to earth. I helped launch the program. So a lot of that 100 12 activations I helped personally get activated. And every one of them was, oh, we've never done this before. We've been in business since 1980 and I'm the third generation, right? And it's like, oh, that's so awesome. I don't hear that from a lot of other contractors. And knowing that they're willing to make that change to keep their business thriving, that's why I think the Water Wells program's working, is because they're wanting to keep going on to that fourth and fifth generation. So it's been good. It's been awesome so far.
Um, what let's jump into the how the market has changed in the last 2 to 3 years and how that has impacted financing.
Absolutely. As you know, we've seen quite a bit of market change in just terms of prices are increasing in every industry across the board. It really doesn't matter what home improvement industry you're in. You've probably been impacted, which means your customers are impacted. Right now, there's a lot of customers wanting to be able to hold on to their cash in hand or their savings quite a bit more than maybe in the past. I like to use the term free money. There's not as much of that going around as when a couple years ago. And so we've really seen an uptick in financing across the board. But like I said, Water Wells has obviously been impacted with those price increases, whether it just be tariffs or whether it be, anything where employment labor has to go up or anything on that end. And
Mhm.
so we're seeing a lot in the last 2 to 3 years where contractors that have never offered financing before are beginning that if they don't start offering financing, they're getting left behind. Even if it's just something as a, hey, we have this available option. That's absolutely something that we're seeing is very impactful to the homeowners. And they're starting to look at it more and more. When I think about financing as a whole, and not just home improvement financing, think about going online. If you spend, $100 on any major online site, you're going to be offered a financing option. You know, Oftentimes it's just those small four payments of $50 a month, right? No interest. And that's a micro financing transaction. And that's really increased in the last 2 to 3 years. And so if that micro transaction has increased, think about how much these large, I mean, we talk about the average project size of $22,000.
Right.
That's really being impacted where homeowners are expecting it. And if it's not something being offered, there's a lot of missed opportunity. And it's just something customers are taking advantage of.
I love that. Yeah, thanks for that update on things. What would be how do you tell customers how best to utilize financing?
Yeah, absolutely. It really depends on the contractors, right? Because this is a very new field. We understand that. And that's something that we actually take quite a bit of pride of ourselves with ourselves in is we're not one option fits every single contractor. We really want to utilize our options to best fit that company. And with Waterwell specifically, we've seen some where it works really well just to offer, a really basic option. And some, what I would really say our best practice is to offer two different kinds of loans. That we have a buy now, pay later type loan. It's called a same as cash loan where if that's paid, typically it's a 9 to 12 months. I'll use 12 months for an example.
Hmm.
If you pay that loan off within 12 months, all interest is waived. There's no minimum monthly payment during that 12-month period as well. So it's a very popular loan for those customers who have a good amount of cash on hand. Going back to that increase in price, a lot of these customers, they're able to be smarter than ever before, where they're able to look up what a cost should be. But again, the customers are a couple years behind what that actual cost is. So they might believe they have enough saved up. And then that bid comes back and it's just a couple thousand more. So these same as cash loans, that's what I'm seeing them really being utilized as is that bridge to be able to save up a little bit more, but get that project done today.
Hmm.
And then we also have more of the traditional monthly payment option. When you think of financing, you probably think of paying monthly. We have those options as well. And that really lets you essentially fit both types of customers. You can offer it and just say, oh, yeah, we have a 12 months, no interest, no payment, or we have a monthly payment option. Which would you prefer? And obviously they can pay cash as well and any other preferred payment method. So lets your customers be really flexible, which is the key nowadays, is making it as much about the project and less about price.
Gotcha. Great. I love that too. Like, yeah, making that site specific, project specific,
Mhm.
for the customer. And you also offer, customized marketing and training support for contractors, which is huge. Can you tell us more about what that looks like?
Absolutely. I would say that's one of the biggest benefits of being in this program is I'm your account manager here and I am very dedicated to making sure you have everything needed to be able to really support your homeowners. We don't want this to be something that is difficult to use. If it's difficult to use, you won't want to use it. When you get activated, I'll help you make web banners. We'll get to put on your website. They're pre-qualify web buttons. And the pre-qualify is just a soft credit pool, so it doesn't affect your customer's credit. This is a really good way just to essentially say, hey, we have this financing available. If you want to take a look at it, great. If you get pre-qualified and you end up not wanting to use it, that's great. No worries. You can pay in cash still. You haven't had a hard credit check done. Um, One of my favorite things to do is I make flyers with QR codes on them. We co-brand those as well, and that makes it extremely easy. Essentially, all you need to have is either the flyer or a web link. I can also make you links you can text or email your customers. All of this will autofill all of the contractor information. So all you need to do is have one of these pieces. And the training side, we have a fantastic training team over here at Regions Home Improvement Financing that is literally dedicated just to training our contractors and making sure they understand the benefits of offering financing, but B, how to utilize this in the best possible way, and making sure they're in compliance and everything like that. So we have our own team dedicated to that aspect.
Great, great. Got it covered. And anything else feature wise from the Water Loans program to highlight? There's there's a full list of it on our web page, but for now, anything else to call out?
I would really say this is something that is going to help your cash flow as well. We might not have mentioned that already, but you have multiple disbursements with this program to where a lot of our contractors, they like to take 50% upfront and then 50% upon job completion. That's just a very popular method. But it's really more flexible than that even. And it's up to you on how you request payment, um, and when you do that as well. So that's something that I would say is the biggest benefit of offering financing is you have a lot more control and flexibility over how you're getting paid and when, than when it's a cash product. Because sometimes customers, they don't always have that cash on hand to be able to part with right away. Our process is very easy. It typically takes about 24 to 48 hours to be in your bank account. So it's a very quick process. Overall, the application process, the pre-qualify should take no longer than 5 minutes. It doesn't require a customer's social security. So it's very low risk for a customer in terms of even if they're just, I don't know if I want to go ahead with this. It takes less than 5 minutes. It requires their first name, last name, email, date of birth, and their income. And then the actual application should take only about 5 more minutes after that. So the entire process, quick, easy. And of course, you can get paid very quick and multiple disbursements as well.
Great. And the lastly, the total loan amount that it goes up to, that runs up to.
Absolutely. We go up to 100,000. So anywhere from 1,000 up to 100,000 on these loans.
Great. Well, Hayden, thank you so much for this info. And where can viewers and listeners, how can they reach you?
Absolutely. So you guys all the time can come and call me at my personal phone number. This will get directly to me. So my personal number, it's 385-256-0520. This will get you directly to me. You can leave me a voicemail if I don't answer right away. My goal is that I'm always reaching back out to you that very same day. I'll give a little warning right now. It's our busiest time of the year with some travel, but I will always be able to get back to you quickly, or you can send me an email at hayden.nielsen@regions.com. And I'll be able to get right back to you. And I would love to discuss this program and see how we can best fit your business.
Great. And for more information online, like I mentioned, the Waterwell Loans Program is under the Member Benefits tab there on ngwa.org's website. So thank you again, Hayden. All the best, and appreciate your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for watching and listening to the WWJ Industry Connected podcast. We'll be back next month with a brand new episode, so be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the major platforms, so it'll be easy to find us. And visit waterwelljournal.com for the latest expert columns, feature articles, videos, and news covering the groundwater industry. So one more time for Hayden and I, thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.